Number 35 looks different from a lot of the other problems in this section, but they actually did us a favor here, guys. The right side of this differential equation is already factored. And as I just got done talking about in problem number 31, addition and subtraction is actually a bigger problem than multiplication and division. So how are we going to handle this one? I need all my y's over on the left-hand side. I need to move that y minus 2, so I'm going to divide by the entire factor. And if you've been paying attention, you know where this is coming from. We're going to multiply both sides by a dx. So dx over the quantity y minus 2. So the y minus 2's on the right cancel out, and that's just going to get us then an x minus 1 dx for the right side. Now on the left side, remember guys that y prime was dy over dx, so the dx's there cancel, and we're going to get a 1 over y minus 2 with a dy at the end of all that. Okay, so now that we've separated our variables, we'll go ahead and anti-differentiate both sides. On the left, we're taking an indefinite integral of a linear term divided by, a constant divided by a linear binomial right there. So this is going to be the natural log of the absolute value of y minus 2. We would divide by the derivative within, but that derivative is just 1. Oh, shoot. All right, here, I'll just get rid of that line, which didn't need to be there. Okay, and that's your left side. And on the right side, anti-differentiating with respect to x, we're going to get a 1/2 x squared minus x, and there's a plus c right here. Now, once again, everybody, we have the option right here. We can either solve for c right now, or we can solve this equation for y and then come back later and try to solve for c. I'm usually a fan of doing that at this point right now. Let's figure out what c is. So when x is 2, y is going to be 4. Natural log of 4 minus 2 is 2, and I don't need the absolute value anymore. That equals a 1/2 times 2 squared. So that's going to be a 2 minus a 2 plus c. Oh, and how convenient is that? Those two terms cancel out, and we've already solved for c here, guys. C is equal to the natural log of 2. Okay, so that's what I got. Let's go back to where we were just a moment ago and see how we can do solving for y. So the natural log of the absolute value of y minus 2 is equal to a 1/2 x squared minus x, and then a plus the natural log of 2. All right, we have some work ahead of us here, guys. We need to get rid of the natural log by exponentiating both sides. So the e and the natural log cancel, and we end up with a y minus 2. I'm not writing the absolute value because I'm about to put a plus or minus here on the right-hand side. Now, I keep explaining this in one video after another, but I'm not sure what you guys have seen and what you haven't seen at this point. E raised to a trinomial power could really be written as e to the 1/2 x squared multiplied by e to the negative x, and then multiplied by e to the natural log of 2. I'm going to do it that way. I might put these two back together, but I definitely want this guy to be separate because the e and the natural log just cancel out, and we get a 2 there. And I'm going to bring that 2 all the way out in front now of everything else. Then, like I said, it might be beneficial just to leave this as e to the 1/2 x squared minus x. I guess we could leave those two together. And the last, well, two last things we need to do, we need to add this 2 to the other side, and we normally would put that in front here, 2, but I'm going to remind everybody the plus or minus here is temporary. We have to figure out which one it is. So 2 plus or minus 2e to the 1/2 x squared minus x. And one of those cases, guys, either the positive or the negative case, is going to allow us to take an x value of 2, plug it into this equation, and get a y value of 4. Now, I have a feeling I know the answer already. I think it's going to be plus, because this is most likely going to be 2 plus 2 that's going to get us here to this 4. Although I suppose it could be 2 minus negative 2 that would get us to 4 as well. The point here is I guess, don't assume, and let's see what we got. So when we plug in a 2 for x, 1/2 times 2 squared is 2, minus 2 is 0. So this is 2 plus or minus 2e to the 0 power. Well, e to the 0 is 1, so it's 2 plus or minus 2, and which of those two cases is going to get you to 4? Kind of like we thought, it's the plus. So we're going to get rid of that plus or minus there. We're going to declare here it's a plus, and that is our final answer here, guys, to this particular problem. All right, so that, I forgot what problem this was, is problem number 35.